You're tired, aren't you? Stop. Don't scroll. Because what I'm about to say, you might not like it, but it's the truth. You're working hard. Really hard. Maybe even harder than most people. And still, why aren't you moving forward? Have you ever thought about it? Or do you just keep telling yourself, just a little more, just a little more? But deep down, you know something is wrong. And this isn't a small mistake. This is the one thing that's holding you back. Every day, every time, you try, then you fail, then you get motivated, then you repeat the same cycle. You're stuck in a loop, and maybe you don't even realize it. Why? Because this problem doesn't show up. It's invisible, but its impact, it's the biggest of all. Have you noticed? Some people move ahead with less effort, and you spend your entire day working, still stuck in the same place. Why? Are they smarter than you? Or do they have some secret? They do, but it's not a skill, and it's not luck. So what is it? Wait, don't rush away, because if you understand this, a lot can change. You try to change your actions. You change your schedule. You change your routine. You watch motivational videos. But there's one thing you never change. Your thinking. Yes, your thinking. And that's where you lose the game. You think, first action, then results. But the truth is the opposite. First, your thinking, then your decisions, then your actions, then your results. Which means, if your thinking is wrong, everything else will be wrong too, no matter how hard you push. Now think, if someone has been working hard for years, but still sees no results, where's the problem? In the effort or in the thinking? This is uncomfortable, but this is where the truth is hiding. And do you know the most dangerous part? You believe you're thinking correctly, but if that same thinking has kept you in the same place for years, is it really right? The question is simple. The answer is hard. Is your life the way you once wanted it to be, or are you just adjusting? Wait, don't answer too quickly, because this is the question people avoid, and that's exactly why. They never change. You can avoid it too, or you can face the truth, because if the problem is in your thinking, then the solution is there too. But can thinking really be changed, or is this just motivation? And if it can be changed, how? Because the truth is, until your thinking changes, nothing will change. Not your results, not your life, not your future. And this is the point where most people give up, but some people start from here. That's the only difference. So the question is, who are you? The one who gives up or the one who understands? Because in the next few minutes, you're about to understand something that no one has probably ever told you before. And if you miss it, you might stay exactly where you are. But if you understand it, maybe for the first time, you'll know what you need to change and how. This is where the real game begins. Because what's holding you back is not outside. Stop. Listen carefully. This might feel uncomfortable. You think you make your own decisions. But the truth, you don't decide. You react. To what? That's the problem. You don't even know. Has this ever happened to you? You wanted to do something big from your heart, but at the last moment, you stopped. Why? There wasn't even a solid reason. Just a feeling, don't do it. And you stopped. This isn't random. This is a pattern. A pattern that repeats again and again. And this pattern is running your entire life. You don't even notice it, and it decides for you. This is risky. What will people say? You can't do it. And the most dangerous part? You believe that voice is the truth. Why? Because it's familiar. You've been hearing it for years. Since childhood. Play it safe. Don't make mistakes. Don't think too much. Do what everyone else is doing. And slowly, you became that person, without even noticing. Now think, if you were taught limited thinking from the beginning, what kind of decisions will you make? Limited ones. And if your decisions are limited, your life will be limited too. Simple. But here's the twist. You believe, I'm thinking correctly. But if that same thinking has kept you stuck for years, is it really right? Stop. don't answer too quickly, because this is the place where people run from the truth you can run to, or for the first time, you can actually see what's happening inside you, because until now, you've been trying to fix external problems, job, money, skills, but the real problem, it's inside. And until that becomes clear, nothing will change. You'll change your routine, then quit. You'll feel motivated, then fall again. You'll make plans, then get confused. Why? Because the system itself is flawed. And in a flawed system, what happens if you just increase effort? You only get more tired, more frustrated, and slowly, you start doubting yourself. This is the most dangerous phase, when a person starts thinking, maybe something is wrong with me, and that's where the game ends. Because the moment self-doubt enters, risk disappears. And when risk disappears, growth disappears too. But the truth is, there's nothing wrong with you. You're following the wrong system, an invisible system, one that keeps you safe, but doesn't let you move forward. You choose comfort and unknowingly choose mediocrity. And the scariest part? You think you're doing the right thing. That's the illusion. That's the trap. And millions of people have been stuck in this trap for years. Now, a simple question. Is your thinking really yours? Or are you just thinking what you were taught to think? Stop. Don't ignore this. Because if you understand this, for the first time, you'll catch yourself, your own patterns, your own excuses. And when that happens, a strange moment appears. Why do I think this way? That moment is important. That's where change begins. But not everyone reaches this point. Why? Because after this, comfort breaks, illusions break, and the truth shows up. And the truth is not always easy. So now the choice is yours. Go back to the same safe zone, or move forward to a place that feels uncomfortable, but is real. Because in the next step, you're going to see something that most people miss their entire lives. And that's what creates the difference between average people and top performers. But before that, you have to be honest with yourself. Because without honesty, nothing will change. And when that honesty appears, that's when the moment comes. The moment that changes everything. The moment of realization. It doesn't happen all at once. A person breaks, slowly, from the inside. Stop. Don't run away here. Because what's about to happen is uncomfortable. You're sitting alone, no distractions, and suddenly you can't escape yourself. The same question keeps coming back. I'm doing so much, so why isn't it working? This time, you don't make excuses. You don't blame anyone. You stop and you look inside. For the first time, this is where things go wrong. Or this is where change begins. You start remembering how many times you let opportunities go, how many times you got scared, how many times you convinced yourself, this isn't the right time, let's play it safer now, I'll deal with it later. And every time you thought you were right, but today, those same decisions are holding you back. This realization doesn't feel good. It hurts, right where it matters. Because now one thing is clear. You didn't fail. You held yourself back. Again and again. Stop. This isn't easy to hear. That's why people run from this moment. They pick up their phone. They start scrolling. They do anything just to avoid thinking about this. Why? Because the truth feels heavy. But you stayed. And that's the difference. Now look carefully how your mind actually works. Every time an opportunity shows up, a voice appears. Don't do it. And you stop. Every time there's risk, you choose the safe option. Every time growth is in front of you, you choose comfort. This is not a coincidence. This is a pattern. And this pattern is controlling your entire life without you even knowing it. You think, I'm making my own decisions. But the truth, you're not in control. You're on autopilot. And autopilot keeps taking you back to the same place, same life, same struggle, same results. Now a direct question. Do you want to keep living like this? Or do you actually want to change? Stop. Don't answer too quickly. Because saying change is easy. But accepting it is hard. Accepting that, yes, my thinking was wrong. And this is the point where most people give up. They go back to comfort, where nothing changes. But if you stay here, one thing will happen. You'll start observing your own thoughts as if you're watching them from the outside. And then a question will rise. Why do I think this way? This question is dangerous because its answer can change everything. But not everyone asks it. Why? Because after this, the illusion breaks, comfort breaks, and a person feels alone. But this is where growth begins. Now there are two paths. First, go back, same routine, same thinking, same life. Second, move forward, where it's uncomfortable, but real. Because until now, you've been reacting. Now you have to think consciously. But how? This is where the game changes. Because the next step isn't simple, but it's powerful. And if you understand it, for the first time, you'll be in control. And that's where the first real shift begins. Big thinking. Stop before moving forward. Hear one truth. You think small. Yes, and that's what's holding you back. Does that make you angry? It should, because it's the truth. You stay busy all day. You get tired. You work hard. But at night, nothing changes. Why? Stop. This is what you need to understand. You are working hard, but you have no direction. And without direction, effort is useless. You can run fast, but on the wrong path. And that's exactly what you're doing. Now think, what do you focus on all day? What do I have to do today? What will I get today? What feels easy today? That's it. Short-term thinking. And that's the trap, because you're stuck in today and ignoring the future. Why? Because the future is uncomfortable. It demands clarity. And clarity is scary because it forces you to ask, where do I want to be in 5 years? Stop. Have you ever really thought about it? Or did you avoid it? Because if you think about it honestly, you'll have to change today. And change is painful. So what do you do instead? You stay busy. Busy but not clear. And that is the most dangerous combination. You convince yourself, I'm working hard. But deep down, you're just running without direction. Now imagine this. There are two people. The first one does whatever is right in front of him. The second one makes every decision based on the future. Who wins? The answer is obvious. And still, you're living like the first person. Why? Because short-term feels easy. Long-term feels uncomfortable. But listen, comfort isn't protecting you. It's holding you back. Slowly, silently, and you don't even notice it. That's the game. Now listen carefully. What does big thinking actually mean? Is it just about dreaming big? No, everyone dreams. But how many actually achieve it? Very few. Why? Because their thinking stays small. Big thinking means before every decision, you pause and ask, where will this take me? Stop. This isn't simple. This is dangerous. Because now you're not choosing for pleasure. You're choosing for your future. Now you're not reacting. You're designing your life. And this is where the shift happens. One more thing. You get satisfied too quickly. This is enough. And you stop there. But top performers, they are never satisfied. Why? Because they know what they know is not enough. And that's what pushes them forward. Now hear the truth. Big thinking is lonely. When you start thinking differently, people will try to stop you. They'll say, don't think so much. Be realistic. And you'll start doubting yourself. This is where people lose. Because they go back to crowd. Back to the safe zone. But the safe zone doesn't give growth. It only gives comfort. And comfort makes you average. Now the choice is yours. Do you want to stay safe? Or do you want to grow? You can't have both. You have to choose. Every day, in every decision. And this is what most people don't understand. That's why they stay stuck. For years. Now, one last thing. Just thinking big is not enough. Because if you only keep thinking, nothing will change. You need the next step. And that step will give your thinking real power. And this is where the next level begins. Creative thinking. Stop. What are you thinking right now? This isn't for me, right? That's the problem. You give up before you even start. Why? Because you believe ideas just come on their own. They don't. You have to pull them out. And you don't even try. What do you do instead? Whatever everyone else is doing, you do the same. Same methods, same decisions, same life. And then you expect different results. How? It won't happen. It never will. Because you're not thinking, you're following. And a follower never moves ahead. Stop. You need to hear this. You're afraid, not of failure, but of being judged. What will people say? That's what stops you every single time. You get an idea, and in that same second, you kill it. This is stupid. This won't work. And then back to the safe option. Same routine, same life, and inside, frustration, pressure, because you know you can do better than this. But you don't try. Why? Because you're afraid of being wrong. And that fear kills your creativity. Slowly. Now understand this. Creative people are not fearless. They feel fear too. The difference is they don't stop. They try again and again. And you think once and then you quit. That's the gap. That's the difference. Now imagine this. You're facing a problem. What do? You repeat what you've done before. Why? Because it's safe. But safe won't take you anywhere. Now look at what top performers do. They pause, they think, and they ask one question. Is there another way to do this? That's it. That's where the game changes. Because the moment you ask this, your mind wakes up. Now it starts searching, exploring, and that's where ideas come from. But the problem? You don't ask questions. You look for ready-made answers. And without the right question, you'll never get the right answer. That's why you're stuck. Now another truth. Creative thinking is messy. It's confusing. Sometimes it even feels stupid. And you don't like that. You want perfect on the first try. But it doesn't work like that. You will fail again and again. And that's where people quit. But the one who stays wins. Because the truth is, 10 bad ideas lead to one good idea. And that one idea can change everything. But you never reach that one idea. Why? Because you stopped too early. Now a question. When was the last time you tried something new? Truly new. Something uncomfortable. You probably don't even remember. Because you're stuck in a routine. And routine kills creativity. Slowly. You keep repeating. And your mind shuts down. No ideas. No growth. Same life. Now listen. If you want different results, you have to think differently. On purpose. You have to force it. You need to ask yourself, what if I'm wrong? What if there's a better way? These questions are uncomfortable, but powerful. And they're what make you different. But there's still a big problem. You think, but you don't act. And without action, creativity is useless. So now what? How do you make sure? You don't just think, but actually do something? This is where the game changes. Because the next level turns thinking into a system, makes it structured, and turns it into action. And this is where the next shift begins. Strategic thinking. This is where the game flips. Or ends. Stop. Hear the truth. You don't lack ideas. The problem is somewhere else. You lack direction. And without direction, effort only creates fatigue, not results. Have you ever noticed? You stay busy all day, but at night you wonder, what did I even do today? And you can't remember anything. Why? Because you're doing random work. Whatever shows up, you do it. If it feels easy, you pick it. And what's difficult? You postpone it. I'll do it tomorrow. And that tomorrow never comes. That's the trap. And you're stuck in it. Stop. This is harsh. But it's true. You're not working hard. You're wasting energy. Now imagine this. You have 10 tasks. What do? Easy first. Then easy again. Then easy again. And the important ones? Still pending. Why? Because they're uncomfortable, and your mind avoids discomfort every time. But this is where top performers are different. They don't do what's easy. They do what matters. Do you see the difference? That's strategy. Now a question. Are you doing the right work or just doing work? Stop. Don't answer too quickly, because this question will expose everything. You're busy, but not moving forward. Why? Because you don't even know what your goal is. And if your goal isn't clear, every action is useless. Now listen carefully. Strategic thinking begins with clarity. Clear goals, clear direction, clear focus. But what do? You try to do everything. You chase every opportunity. You fall into every distraction. And then, overwhelm, stress, confusion, and in the end, nothing. Same life, same results. Now understand this. Success is not just about what you do, it's about what you choose to ignore. Understand this, and half your problems are gone. Now another trap. You look at a big goal and freeze. This is too big. How will I even do this? And then you don't even start. That's why you're stuck. But top performers, they break the goal down into small steps, into simple actions, and then they do it one step at a time, slow but consistent. And that's what wins. Not fast, consistent. Now another truth. You make excuses. I don't have time. I don't have resources. But strategic people, they ask, what do I have? What can I do? Do you see the difference? You complain, they plan, and that's what moves them forward. Now, one more hard truth. You're doing things you shouldn't even be doing, and the things that actually matter, you're avoiding them. Why? Because they're difficult. But success never comes from easy. Never. Now, a direct question. Are you really making progress, or just keeping yourself busy? This question is dangerous, because its answer will make you uncomfortable. But this is where clarity begins. Now imagine you have a clear plan, daily steps, and you follow them. What happens? Progress. Slow maybe, but real. And that's the difference between dreamers and achievers. Now one last thing. Strategy is not built once. You adjust it, you improve it, you try again, and that's growth. But there's still one problem. You can plan, you can execute, but if you don't learn, you'll repeat. Same mistakes, same results. So what's next? How do you make sure you get better every time, grow with every decision? This is where the next level begins. Reflective thinking. This is where people fall again and again, and they don't even understand why. Stop. You're doing the same thing. You work a lot, but you don't stop. You don't think, and that's where the game ends. Because without thinking, you repeat. Same mistakes, same decisions, same results. And then you say, why does this always happen to me? Stop. That's the problem. You make mistakes, but you don't look at them. You just move on, as if nothing happened. And then, the same mistake again, the same regret, the same frustration. Why? Because you never learned. Now a question. What did you learn from your last mistake? Think. Really think. Or did you just forget it? That's the difference. That's where people fall behind. Now picture this. You made a decision. At that moment, it felt right. But later, regret. Man, that was wrong. Then what? Nothing. You moved on. And next time, the same decision again. The same result again. Why doesn't this cycle end? Because you don't stop. You don't ask, what did I do wrong here? And until that question shows up, nothing will change. Simple. Now another truth. You make decisions emotionally, in anger, in fear, under pressure. And in that moment, it feels right. But later, regret, and then frustration with yourself. Why am I like this? That's where self-doubt begins. And slowly, you lose trust in yourself. The most dangerous stage. Because when trust is gone, growth is gone too. But listen, this can be fixed. How? By stopping, by thinking, by reflecting. But the problem? You never stop. Why? Because you think thinking is a waste of time. Just keep doing. But the truth is the opposite. If you don't think, you don't grow. Now a question. When was the last time you sat down just to think about yourself? No phone, no distractions, just you and your truth. You probably don't remember. Why? Because you're busy. But being busy is not the same as being productive. You're running from yourself. And when a person runs from themselves, they never win. Now understand this. What do top performers do? They stop, they think, they review. Why? Because they know growth doesn't come from action. It comes from reflection. Now imagine this. If you reflect for just 10 minutes every day, on your decisions, what happens? You start understanding yourself. Your patterns become visible. Your mistakes become clear. And slowly, you get better. Every day, little by little. That's real growth. Now, one more thing. Reflection makes you honest. And honesty is painful because the truth shows up. Your mistakes, your weaknesses, your excuses, everything. But without honesty, nothing changes. Now a direct question. Do you really know yourself? Or do you just react? Because if you don't understand yourself, you can't control your life. And if there's no control, then it's the same life, same results. Now one last thing. Just reflecting is not enough. You have to apply it. Otherwise, it's useless. So what's next? How do you make sure you don't just learn, but actually think differently? Because the real difference happens when you think differently from the crowd. And that's what moves you forward. This is where the next shift begins. Independent thinking. This is where people break. And this is where they are built. Stop. Hear the truth. You're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of people. What will people say? That one line is running your entire life. Have you ever noticed? You get an idea to do something different, something big, and in the very next second, you stop. Why? Because you imagine people will laugh. They will judge you. They will reject you. And just like that, you stop yourself. 1 second, one decision. Game over. Stop. This is not small. This is the reason you're not living your life. You're living for approval. Every decision based on someone else. Now a question. When was the last time you made a decision for yourself? Truly, no fear, no need for approval, just for you. Do you remember? Probably not, because you've forgotten what you actually want. And that's the biggest loss. You've lost yourself, slowly, without even noticing. Now look, what do? Whatever everyone else is doing, you do the same path, same thinking, same life, and then you say, why am I not different? How will you be when you don't think differently at all? Stop. This is harsh, but it's true. Staying the crowd is easy. It feels safe. No one judges you. But growth? Zero. The crowd doesn't move you forward. It just keeps you moving in circles. Now imagine this. There's a room. Everyone is walking in one direction. You follow them without thinking. Why? Because you believe so many people can't be wrong. But what if they are? Stop. That question is dangerous. Because this is where you become different. What do top performers do? They stop, they observe, they think, and they ask, is this actually right? That's it. That's where the game changes. But the problem? You don't ask. You follow. And a follower never leads. Now another truth. When you start thinking differently, people will try to stop you. They'll say, you've changed. This isn't for you. And you'll start doubting yourself. This is where people lose. Why? Because they need approval. They need acceptance. But listen, if you try to please everyone, you will lose yourself. Simple. Now a direct question. Are you living your life or living someone else's expectations? Stop. This question is uncomfortable, but this is the truth. Now understand, what does independent thinking actually mean? Does it mean going against everyone? No. It means thinking for yourself, deciding for yourself, taking responsibility for yourself. And that is power, because the moment you decide for yourself, you take control, and control changes everything. Now, one more thing. Independent thinking is not easy. It brings loneliness. It brings doubt. It brings fear. But the reward? Freedom. And freedom is the greatest win. Now imagine this. You make decisions that you truly want. No fear. No approval. Just clarity. How would that feel? That's real life. But to reach there, you have to take risks. You have to be different. You have to become yourself. Now the choice is yours. Do you want to stay safe? Or do you want to be free? You can't have both. Never. Now, one last thing. When you start thinking for yourself, your identity begins to change. You become confident. You become clear. And slowly, your results begin to change too. But one question still remains. Does all of this actually work? Or does it just sound good? Stop. Don't leave here. Because in the next step, you'll see how all of this works in real life. And that is the proof. This is where the next stage begins. Transformation. Stop. This is where you find proof. Until now, you've listened. You've understood. You've even felt it. But the real question is, will this actually work? Or will you become the same person again? Stop. Don't decide too quickly. Because change doesn't happen the way you think. No big moment. No dramatic jump. Change begins with small decisions. So small, you didn't even notice them before. Now you do. That's the difference. What used to happen before, a situation would come, and you would instantly react from emotion, from fear, from habit. Now, the same situation, and you pause, just 1 second, and that 1 second changes everything. Why? Because now you ask, where will this take me? Remember, this is where the shift began. Now, you're not random, you're intentional. And this is where transformation starts. Now another change. Before, you were afraid of risk, of people, of failure. Now, the fear is still there. Nothing changed. But the difference? Now you don't stop. You move forward with fear. And that is real courage. Now look, before you did everything. Every distraction, every opportunity. Now, you choose what to do and what to ignore. Stop. This isn't easy. Letting go is the hardest part, but that's where growth lives. Now another shift. Before you doubted yourself. After every decision. Was that right or not? Now you have clarity. Not perfect, but enough. And that builds confidence. Slowly, but solid. Now people will notice. They'll say, you've changed. And this time, you won't explain. You'll just smile because you know what changed inside. Now one truth. This won't be fast. No overnight success. And this is where people lose again. Why? Because they want speed. They want instant results. But real transformation? It's slow. Sometimes boring. But powerful. Now the question, can you stay consistent? Or will you quit halfway? Stop. This isn't simple. Because this is where the game ends. Or where you win. Now imagine, a few months from now, you're not the same person. Your thinking has changed. Your decisions have changed. Your confidence is real. And most importantly, you know what you're doing and why. That clarity changes everything. Now people will ask, how did you become different? And the answer? Simple. Your thinking changed. And when thinking changes, results change. Life changes. Everything changes. But stop. One last question remains. Will this change last? Or after some time, will you go back to who you were? Because the truth is, this is where most people fail. They change, but they don't sustain it. Why? Because they never change their identity. And without identity, everything is temporary. So what's the final step? How do you make sure this change becomes permanent? That you don't fall back? That this isn't just a phase, but who you become? This is where the most powerful shift begins. Identity change. Stop. This is where everything is decided. Will you truly change? Or go back after a few days? Stop. Don't answer too quickly, because you've done this before. A new start, new motivation, a few days of discipline, and then gone. Back to the same life, same habits, same thinking, same frustration. Why? This is what you need to understand. You change actions, but not identity. And without identity, nothing becomes permanent. Nothing. Now think carefully. What do you believe about yourself? I'm not consistent. I give up easily. If this is running inside you, the game is already over. You'll try, but you won't last. Every time. Now the twist. You don't need to change your habits. You need to change yourself. Stop. This is big. Very big. Because the moment your identity changes, everything starts changing automatically. Now imagine you tell yourself, I'm the kind of person who doesn't give up. I'm the kind of person who grows every day. At first, it will feel fake. But wait, this is where the shift happens. As you repeat it, you start acting that way. And then you become that person. That's the system. Simple, but powerful. Now picture this. A situation shows up. Before, what did you do? You reacted. Now, you pause and you ask, who am I? And that answer decides your action. That is control. That is real power. Now imagine you're consistent. You're clear. You're confident. Your mood doesn't matter. Your motivation doesn't matter. You just act daily. And this is where people separate. Now people will say, you're lucky, but you know, this isn't luck. This is your identity. Stop. One last question. Will you quit this time too? Or will you actually change? Because the honest truth, if you don't decide right now, nothing will change. You'll close this video, feel a little motivated, and then forget everything, and go back to the same life. Same frustration, same regret. Don't let that happen this time. Not this time. Now decide, do you want to stay the same, or do you want to change? Because the truth is simple. Nothing will change until your thinking changes. Now take action. Right now, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment, I will change. Stop. This is your commitment to yourself. And if you take this step, remember this, you won't be the same anymore. Now you're aware. Now you're in control. Now you're different. But we'll see whether you truly change or end up forgetting, just like everyone else.